Monona Grove versus Kimberly. Good evening, baseball fans. Welcome to Milkman Stadium here Franklin Field here at the home of the Milwaukee Milkmen for this afternoon's first game of our broadcast slate of the Prep Baseball Wisconsin Invitational here. First game is a big one. What a way to start out the day. It's number 1 Monona Grove in the latest PBR rankings against number 4 Kimberly. Kind of reminds me of the college football playoffs here, number 1 versus number 4. Good way to start. Here it's like a 14 playoff, but we're going to get set to go here early on. Both teams bring in strong suits. And first, I'll talk about Monona Grove, Kimberly, who's up to bat first. We'll talk about them. Let me get their game changer up here and see how they've been recently. Kimberly, on the other hand, so Kimberly is 4-2 on the season. They lost their first game to Evansville, Indiana, 12-4. But then they lost a conference game this week against Appleton North, 5-2, which was kind of a surprising one, even though the FVA is so strong. That Kimberly, believe it or not, right now, if we pull up the FVA standings here, they are 3-1 in conference. They are tied with Hortonville, Appleton North, Appleton East, and Kaukauna. All 3-1 in the Fox Valley right now to start out the season. Kaukauna here at this event this weekend, 0-2. They lost to Hudson and St. Thomas More today. But set to start us off here is Sawyer Deering for Kimberly, a Tennessee volunteer commit. So going D1, going big too. And then on the mound for Monona Grove, let's see here, nope, wrong team here. It's Jack Moreo, who was committed to Central Florida. He made that commitment in October 28, 2024. He's got some good stuff on the mound, and he starts off this game with a strike, and we're underway here. Moreo, let's go for his fastball max. Let's find his pitching side is 91, his velocity max, and that one's swung on and strike 2. So 91 max. His velo is about 86, 89. This is all PBR's stats. 74, 71 is on the changeup rate for Moreo. So quickly 0-2 here on the batter right now, and up and in, ball 1. All right, let's just get Kimberly's up here. Pitch to Deering, he takes high. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here to open us up here. Beautiful afternoon here in Franklin, about 55 degrees. Yesterday we hit the 70s. And just a good day to have baseball here. And that one a little bit outside. It'll be 3-2. First time this year, too, we're set up behind home plate. Matt Peck doing the broadcasting today. Elijah Vanxalata on the side of me. So 3 balls, 2 strikes on Deering. He swings and misses, strike 3. 1 batter, 1 down here for Kimberly. So coming up next for Kimberly will be Olson. It's going to be Connor Olson. And we talked about going back to the Appleton North game. Deering was actually the starting pitcher in that game against Appleton North. And, Appleton North just played really good baseball on, was it probably Tuesday or Thursday? It was earlier this week. But just Fox Valley Association, you got to come to play every day of the week. And it's quickly 1-0 here on Olson. And he follows that one to the back of the screen, 1-1. So, yeah, we want to thank all the Prep baseball staff for letting us be here for the second year in a row. Last year we were here for 3 games at the Milkman Stadium. This year they only have 2, which is the 2 tonight. So 1 ball, 1 strike, in there for strike 2, gets the outside corner. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Moreo trying to go 2 batters down here. He's got up in the count here, 1-2, 1 out here in the top of the first. And taken outside, ball 2. Defense alignment for Monona Grove is Moreo pitching, Connor shortstop, Verhage at catcher, Bowler at first. And meanwhile, that's on the ground to Connor. Connor on to first in time. 2 down here for the Monona Grove defense. So going back to the defense alignment, it was Connor at short, Verhage at catcher, Bowler at first, Coyle at right field, Najek at second base, Larson in left field, and some of these names got to get bigger, so I'll read. This game changer has some of the names hyphenated, so we'll talk about them when they come up to bat. Meanwhile, quickly 2 down here in the top of the first inning. That will send up, the pitcher, Anselmo. That pitches on the outside corner, strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Anselmo, the starting pitcher for today. We'll talk about him on the pitching side of things when they come out here in the bottom of the first. That one's popped up in the air. Second base. Looking to call for it up in the air, and the center fielder comes on and catches it. That's McConnell, looks like. So we'll head to the bottom of the first inning. 3 of 3 down for the Kimberly Papermakers. Monona Grove coming to bat.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Back here in the bottom of the first, Matt Peck, Elijah Vankslotta here on Zaleski Sports. Monona Grove coming to bat after going up 3 down here in the first inning. Now we'll get to see Monona Grove's bats, who are the number 1 ranked team in the state right now, according to the Prep Baseball Wisconsin website. So we'll get to see what they're all about here. Early on, they've shown a lot. They were number 2 ranked coming into the season. Muskego lost a couple games. That's what put Monona Grove up in the number 1 spot. But Monona Grove getting challenged early in the Badger Large. Tied with Beaver Dam and Milton at 2-0 and Watertown at the top of the conference. Actually, take that back. Monona Grove is 1-1 in the conference. Beaver Dam and Milton lead that conference, and Watertown right now at 2-0. Monona Grove suffered a loss to Oregon earlier this week in that Badger Large game. So one of those tough losses for Monona Grove, but they're looking to rebound this afternoon, and they actually rebounded against Oregon a game after that, too. I think it was a Tuesday-Thursday series, so right away on Thursday they rebounded. They were trailing in that game against Oregon on Thursday, too, but they were able to come back and get the win. So let me just pull up Game Changer here. Anselmo, the starting pitcher for Kimberly here in the bottom of the first. Here's the first pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Jack Anselmo, some stats to notice. He's committed to Concordia University in Mequon. We'll talk about more after that. That one's ripped to left. Underneath it in center field is Deering. He makes the catch in the left center corner, and there's one down, as that was Moreo, the pitcher, leading off for Monona Grove. So Connor comes up next. This is Caden Connor for Monona Grove. And pitches outside, ball 1 here. And Zelmo's shown us some pretty good stuff throughout the season for the Kimberly Papermakers as well. Kimberly 4-2, like we talked about. Suffered that loss to Appleton North this week. And Oregon also, Monona Grove also suffered a loss too. And that one's ripped down the right field line. A fair ball into the corner will go off the wall. Halfman plays it off the wall. And into second is Connor with a double right off the bat. After 1 down. He nearly got that one out. He lifted that one out to the right field pole, but just hit the end of the wall. You know, this is deep walls here. That's 330 out there in right here at the Milwaukee Milkman Stadium. So solid contact that time from Connor. So this will send up now Verage. Sorry if I said that wrong. I think it's Verage. So he's up with one guy on second now. 1 out here in the first. And that one spins right back in there for a strike. Beautiful pitch that time from Anselmo. So Verage steps back in. We'll talk about Anselmo's pitch types here in a moment after we kind of get a break in between action. Verage takes outside, ball 1. So looking at Zelmo, I talked about he was committed to Concordia. But looking at his pitching side of things, his fastball velocity max is 87, his velo range about 82, 84, his changeup about 81, and his curveball about 71 to 74. So, you know, we talked about last week with Eau Claire Memorial in that game, kind of got a chance to get some contact on him, you know, if he got a lower velo range coming in sometimes. But, you know, that all remains to be seen later on, as that one was a ball outside. So runner on second now. 2-1 on Verage. Connor on second. Here's the Anselmo looking towards second now. He delivers to the pitch, and that one's up the middle. Base hit. They're going to send home Connor. Connor around third. Here comes the throw into the plate, and it's not in time. Anselmo cuts it off. It's 1-0 Monona Grove here in the bottom of the first inning. So Monona Grove kind of doing their jump up and down in the dugout over there, but beautiful contact that time from Verage. And it gets Connor home on the throw. So now that will send up Eli Bowler, the cleanup hitter for this Monona Grove squad, already up 1-0. And Zelmo sets. Here's a pitch in there for a strike. Hits the upper half, top corner on the left side. So 0-1 now on Bowler. Unfortunately, stats are not public, as I could give you how he's been doing this season. And some of the websites are not updated the best. As Anselmo takes a throw over to Peterson at first on the pickoff move. He'll come back to the mound here. So 0-1 on Bowler here. Anselmo looks over to first. He's going to set now. Here's the pitch. And that one's ripped to left. That's going to be down for a base hit. Another base hit for Monona Grove. And they got 2 on here, 1 out, and already 1 run across here in the first inning. So Anselmo getting heavily contacted here early. So Monona Grove are already up to 3 solid contact hits right now, and that will send up Carson Coyle here in the bottom of the first inning. He's got 2 guys on, first and second, 1 down. Bowler, and it'll be Alex Wahey pinch hit running at second. That pitch is in there for a strike. Nice pitch that time from Anselmo. Crazy enough, though, Anselmo only at 11 pitches right now here in the first inning. Just Monona Grove's kind of been going at it early in the counts, especially the last few batters here. Anselmo looks over to second. Delivers home. And that one's ripped to third. To second. And that one's bobbled. So it's going to be an error. I think we would put that on the second baseman, Kiefer. Hermes wanted to go to second, but he could have probably made the play at third in front of him, but he wanted the chance for the double play to get out of the inning, but ends up getting nothing out of it, so now it'll be bases loaded for Monona Grove here in the first inning. It's just not the best situation for Kimberly right there. Not able to pick that ball off the bounce there at second base. So now bases loaded for Najakt. Sorry if I said that wrong, and that one's fouled to the back. So Dom Najakt at the plate now. Bases loaded, 1 down here. 1 strike on Najakt. Here's the pitch. He rips that one foul out of the stadium to Loomis Road. Close enough. So it'll be 2 balls, 2 strikes now, 1 out on Najakt here in the first. It'll be huge for Anselmo to try to get a strikeout here. And that one's on the ground. That one's going to, nice play by the third baseman over to second. And it gets 1 play. That was Hermes that time over to the second baseman, Kiefer. But meanwhile, that brings across another run. So it's 2-0 Monona Grove here in the first inning. So a fielder's choice for Najakt. He hits it to Hermes. They get the out at second. So now there's 2 down here. 2-0 lead for Monona Grove here in the first. So that will send up Luke Kinoweth here now. Runners in the quarters now, 2 outs. And Zelmo throws back to first, tries to pick him off. Back in time is Najak that time. So yeah, Monona Grove here threatening early on. Obviously 2 runs across like we mentioned before, and you can see in the scoreboard. But I've been pretty impressed with their offense so far early on. As did he go around? They'll ask. Yes, he did. So that'll be, let's see, I think 1 strike. Game changer, yep. Looks like 1 strike to me. Just sometimes got to rely on that. Runners on the corners now, 2 down here. And Zelmo sets here. Here's the pitch, outside, ball one, throws down to second base on the steal. This is kind of one of those plays you got to look for. Now they're going to go home. Now they're going to have two pickles on the field, and he's going to get back to third. No, he won't. So Bowler caught stealing from home. It looked like he got back there initially, but so the inning ends out on the base path. So it's 2-0 Monona Grove. We head to the second here.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, Matt Peck, Elijah Vangasalata here from the Milwaukee Milkman Stadium, Franklin Field here in Franklin, Wisconsin, part of the Prep Baseball Showcase. It's a 2-0 lead for the number one ranked Monona Grove Eagles. Let me make sure I got that right, because now I don't want to sound weird or sound wrong about that, because I think I got a team name wrong a couple months ago during the basketball season. They're not one of our coverage teams. Silver Eagles, sorry. Close enough. So 2-0 lead for the Silver Eagles. Let's talk about the Silver Eagles once coming up this week. They got a they got a game this week with Waunakee. 2 games versus Waunakee on Tuesday, at Waunakee on Thursday, and then versus Madison West on Friday. That one's pop foul to start the inning here. So Ellefson now the batter for Kimberly. He rips that one to center. That's a base hit. Taken in the right center that time was McConnell. He cuts that one off. So right away, Braden Ellefson with a base hit to open up the inning. Looks like it. So it'll be Johnston at the plate now for Kimberly. That pitch just missed outside, ball one. Top of the second inning here. Lots of action here early on. Early on, we got 4 hits between both teams. Here's the pitch. That one is in the air to left. Larson lets that one drop. And there you go right away. Johnston now with a hit, and Kimberly right away. 2 hits to start the inning, and they're threatening here with runners on first and second. Couldn't tell Larson couldn't track where that ball was correctly, but I kind of looked playable from the midway press box here, but kind of let that one bounce instead just in case maybe he didn't want to lay out for it. If it was that far away from him, I couldn't tell from here. So it'll be 2 guys on now for Kimberly. No outs. Maddox Hermes at the plate now. And Moreo facing a little bit of stress here in the second inning. And that one swings and misses. Strike 1 now on Hermes. So 2 runners on for Monona Grove. For Kimberly. Ellefson on second, Johnston on first. Here's the pitch from Moreo, and that one's on the ground of the pitcher. He goes to second, on to first, double play. So Moreo to Connor to Bowler, and Monona Grove kind of like resets it. Now they got 2 down and a runner on third base. And head coach for the Kimberly Papermakers, Ryan McGinnis, calls timeout, and he'll run out a pitch runner out there. But beautiful play by the pitcher, Moreo, that time, able to go to second, then on to first. So now Benny Kiefer will come up. That one's in there for a strike. The pinch runner is Brady Merzliker at third base. So Benny Kiefer at the plate now with 2 down. He swings and misses, strike 2. So quickly 0-2 now on Kiefer here at the plate. Merzlowski at third. Moreo trying to make it 2 scoreless innings here. 2 strikes now, and that one's fouled to the back screen. Like we mentioned earlier, beautiful scene here in Franklin. You got the Umbrella Bar over there. You got Lux Golf right behind us. You got Loomis Road over there. You got Hampton Inn, the new hotel over there. You know, you just got growing communities here in Milwaukee County. And that one's outside, ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kiefer steps back in here now, takes it high. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Kiefer. Moreo up to 24 pitches here in the first inning. Here's the pitch, and that one's fouled the back screen again. Kiefer stays alive at home plate. Yeah, Kimberly gave up solid contact in the first inning, but there was also a costly error that kept the inning going. Let's say with 1 out, that just a misplay on a scoop, and that one's outside, so it'll be 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the first inning. Merzliker will be moving at third base here with 2 down and 2 outs in the second. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. So Kiefer draws a walk here in the top of the second. So Kimberly now with runners on the corners. Now we'll send up, once we get it, Ryan Hoffman, or Halfman. I think he is the, let's see here, he's the 8th hitter, so we got 1 more hitter after this. So Kimberly up to the 8th spot in the lineup now. Runners on the corners now for Halfman. Easy comes up. Kiefer at first. Merzliski at third. And that first pitch is taken in there for a strike. Full on fastball. So Moreo sets. Here's a pitch. And that one goes through the catcher's legs. They'll get the run over to second. Kiefer. But not far enough for Merzliker to be able to score. So Kimberly has 2 runners down in scoring position. A base hit to the outfield could potentially tie this game. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that pitch is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike now on Halfman. Moreo sets. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled to the back screen now, so it'll be even count. 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the second inning. Yeah, tons of upgrades the stadium has made. They had the party for UW Milwaukee over there earlier. They look like they all filed out now, or some of them stayed. And that one's in the air to right field. Coyle coming in. He'll make the catch. And Monona Grove goes scoreless again on defense. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. Monona Grove, the number 1 ranked team, with a 2-0 lead here at Franklin Field.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
At Fleet Farm, we're all about your everyday, but not just any old day. Here, every day's opening day. Every day's a school day. Every day's a monster day. And every day is too short. Whatever makes your day, Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, Matt Peck and Elijah Finksala doing the producing on the side. Bottom of the second inning here. 2-0 lead for the number 1 ranked Monona Grove Silver Eagles. That's by Prep Baseball Wisconsin. Kimberly, the number 4 ranked team. So we got a heck of a matchup here this afternoon, or I should say early evening. Let's talk about this. We're not going away after this game. We got Germantown versus Wisconsin Lutheran after that. That's 11 versus 17 after this. So another top 25 matchup here at Franklin Field. So open up the inning here. Bottom of the second now for Monona Grove. Takes a strike, and we're underway here in the bottom of the second. Monona Grove here with the early advantage at first. We were talking about how loaded the Badger Large was, and we had a comment even in the viewership talking about how loaded it is. That one kind of slid in and almost hit him, but 1 ball, 1 strike now. Anselmo, 19 pitches here in the second inning. So not doing a bad job considering Monona Grove has 2 runs in the last inning. And does not go. He'll ask the first base umpire. He does not. So 2 balls, 1 strike on Kinoweth. So here's the pitch from Anselmo. That one's in the air to right field. Halfman coming in on it. He'll make the catch by the right field line, and there's 1 down here in the bottom of the 2nd. So that will send up Larson now from Monona Grove. Here's the pitch. Take strike 1 on a sinking curveball. So Larson 0 for 0 today. It's Drew Larson, by the way. Here's the pitch on 1 strike. Strike 2 to Larson. So 0-2 quickly on Larson. 1 down here in the bottom of 2nd. And Zelmo sets. Here's the pitch on 0-2. And swing and a miss, strike 3. Larson goes down swinging. That's 2 down now here in the bottom of 2nd. So McConnell will come up to bat now. Yeah. So here's the first pitch, followed to the back screen. So quickly 0-1. So Anselmo looking like he's doing a little bit better of a job this inning, settling in. Last inning there were a couple hard contacts, but there was also an error in the infield that avoided to that 2-run inning. One of the runs was a base hit. One of the other ones later led after an error. So 2-0 lead. 0-2 now on McConnell here. 2 down here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Here's the pitch from Anselmo. Called strike 3. Must hit the bottom of the zone. We'll head to the top of the 3rd. Still Monona Grove 2-0 over Kimberly.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine-free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, top of the 3rd inning here. 2-0 lead for Monona Grove. Busy first inning for Monona Grove in the base paths, but last inning, not so much. Now Kimberly, they had a pretty busy inning up until the double play that was turned. But Kimberly showing some lights of offense here. And we'll see what they can do here in the 3rd inning coming up here. The number 4th ranked Kimberly Papermakers head coach by Ryan McGinnis. Ryan McGinnis, pretty well-known coach across the state. He schedules a lot of teams down here. We'll see him. Well, we won't see him on the broadcast, but we've seen him quite a bit. We tried to have him on twice last year, but our broadcast broke both times. That was in the air to left. Will it be staying playable? And no, it will not. It will go into the Zern deck. Yeah. Right in, I should say the Lion Kugel's Hop Yard. We shouldn't probably use that name on the broadcast. But I just go and tell them about where it is. So no balls, 1 strike on Peterson, the batter now. And that one's to the pitcher, Moreo. He throws on to first in time to Baller. So 1 down here for Monona Grove in the top of the 3rd. I like what Kimberly's doing. They're attacking at the pitches early on. You know, what they're doing is not necessarily wrong. They're just not hitting the ball in the right spot here early on, but they're making solid contact here in this inning. So Sawyer Deering will come up now. The star on this Kimberly squad. That's the bouncer to the catcher now. And he will not throw it. Speedy Deering that time gets on base. Verhage just decided to hold on to it, and Deering gets an infield hit. Elijah makes the comment, looking like a deer with the speed. I wonder if he's ever heard that before. Never know. Yeah. Elijah says, that wasn't like the Bucks today. There wasn't a lot of things that the Bucks did good today. So back to baseball. Connor Olson, 0 for 1 today. Runner on first. And that pitch is outside, ball 1. Deering reaches on the infield single to the catcher. Moreo sets now. Here's the pitch. That one's high in. So 2 balls, no strikes. Moreo looks at first to Deering. Deering takes his lead over there. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Hits the low corner. So 2 balls, 1 strike here in the top of the 3rd. So Olson steps back in. Here's the pitch. And that one's ripped to short. Connor on to first in time. Double play. 2 double plays in 2 innings for the Monona Grove Silver Eagles. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Monona Grove still on top, 2-0 of Kimberly.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcasts. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com. Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Back here in the bottom of the 3rd inning here from Franklin Field, home of the Milwaukee Milkmen in the American Association League. Kind of crazy. They're back-to-back broadcasts at an American Association Field. Last week we were at home of the Lake Country Dockhounds. It was Eau Claire Memorial versus Arrowhead over there. We've only done 1 regular broadcast at a high school this year, and that was at Kenosha Indian Trail. That was Oak Creek versus Kenosha Indian Trail. So let's talk about when Kimberly comes up in the top of the 4th. We'll talk about their upcoming schedule. Coming up after this week, it's a Fox Valley Association week once again, so there's no weeks off in that conference. Kind of similar to the Classic 8, a lot of good competition. So Moreo, the pitcher, will step in. He takes strike 1, and we're underway here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Here's the next pitch. That one's in a swing and a miss, strike 2. Both pitchers relatively low pitch counts in this game. Both are on track that they could possibly go the whole game. Despite giving up 2 runs, Anselmo, he's still below 30 pitches here. So quickly, still 0-2 now on Moreo. So here's the pitch on 0-2. And that one's in the air, ripped to left center. And beating on it is Deering! Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. Sawyer Deering, what an amazing catch out there. He was volunteering to make that catch. If you're a Tennessee fan, you get what I just said. What a catch. That was a line drive out. So now that will be Caden Connor at the plate. Here's a pitch to Connor, and he hits him, so he'll take first base. So let's get the ice out. He probably won't need it. You always tell the kids when they're out there, hey, we got ice. Take the pitch. So Ryan McGinnis will come out now and talk with his pitcher Anselmo as he's holding his arm. So not a good sign. So let's see what this it's definitely he's tending to his arm. So something must have happened there after that hit by pitch, or must have happened maybe possibly during the hit by pitch. But let's see what this ends up resulting in. And it looks to me, if I'm right, they're bringing someone into the dugout. I don't know. If it looks to me on early temptations, they might pull Anselmo here. Yes, they will. So they're going to bring in, it looks like, a new pitcher here. They're going to test him and see if he can throw. It looks to me it's an arm injury. And it is the throwing arm, yes. Yep, so it's going to be a new pitcher for Kimberly. So it's not the way Anselmo wanted to go out. There was obviously some horrible, there was some bad arm injury for him there. And, not the way you want to go for Anselmo. We wish our best to him. Obviously, he hit the batter his last pitch, so there must have been something on that throw that must have not been right for him. So now he'll walk off, and Kimberly will put in a new pitcher, and we'll wait to see once he puts his arm around here. It's number 42. Yeah. So Peterson will come on to pitch for Kimberly. It is... Let's get the correct name up here. We'll get his full name up. All right, he's in for relief. It's going to be Schaefer Peterson, the pitcher for Kimberly. So what do Kimberly and Arrowhead have in common? The two schools we did the last couple weeks. Yeah. They're both red, and athletic-wise, they seem like they're good at everything. Yeah. They're both red is a good option, too. I actually didn't think of that one. So Peterson will warm up here for Kimberly. Schaefer Peterson, the new pitcher, as Anselmo went out with an arm injury. Yeah, they're going to give him as much time as he needs. And Verhage will be up, the first batter here to start for Peterson once we are ready to go for Monona Grove. Yeah, Monona Grove early on, I obviously haven't seen much of them. Obviously, I followed along and saw their game changer that they've done really well and that they were the number one ranked team. Keep in mind, they were the number one ranked team before their loss on Tuesday. Throw this on real quick. This is my suit coat. Not really. Nothing different than a regular jacket. All right. Here we go. So we'll resume here. Schaefer Peterson on the mound for Kimberly. Verhage steps in the box here. Connor takes his lead over there at first. Peterson delivers his first pitch. It's in there for a strike. Hits the outside corner. So Wisconsin Lutheran, who's going to be playing after us, is 1-1 only in the top of the third, and they're all the way across the complex. So, and Maguana goes threatening over there in the part of the PBR game. And that one's going to be a pass ball, so Connor will advance to second base. Nearly blocked that time by Ellefson, but just kind of got away from him, and that will put a runner in scoring position for Monona Grove. So, yep, so that means a lot of downtime, most likely. They got a walk drive. However, Wisconsin Lutheran's going to get here is going to be interesting. They're playing right across the complex. If you know the rock pretty well, you can walk here, but I bet they drive. That one's in the air, high towering fly ball on the right side. It'll be playable by the first baseman, Deering. Deering actually moved to first base. Yeah, I know. I just noticed that too on my score sheet. I should say on my game changer here. So there's 2 down now for Kimberly at bat. Monona Grove, I should say. So you're right about Deering. He's Ironman. He's everywhere. So now Bowler will come up. Yeah. So Bowler with a hit earlier. He steps back in now with a runner on second. Here's the pitch, and that one's blocked in the dirt, ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. Peterson sets. He's got a runner on second, Connor over there. Bowler at bat. And time is called by the home plate umpire. I'm going to stand up and look at this crowd. We got some people behind home plate. We got some people at the third base side. But keep in mind, we got a Madison area team and an Appleton Green Bay area team playing in Milwaukee. Makes a lot of sense. Meanwhile, it's take strike 2 over there. Yeah, next game will be Germantown, Wisconsin Lutheran. Wisconsin Lutheran, pretty athletic school. Came off that state championship in basketball. And then Germantown, they're still pretty good. You remember their basketball program back in the days. Here's a pitch from Peterson. That one's on the ground. Peterson will run it to first. It looked like he was going to take it himself there at first. He's not going to get there, and he gets the out. And there's 3 outs now. We'll head to the top of the 4th. 2-0 lead for Monona Grove still. Kimberly coming to bat.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
And Zelmo gets the base hit. Sorry, something fell on the press box. And I had to run somewhere real quick. So, and Zelmo gets the base hit to lead off the inning here. So Moreo gives up a single to start. So Ellefson will come up now. He rips that one up the middle. A chance for another double play? No, they're just going to go to first. That's Najek on to first in time. 2 slowly rolled that time to be a double play. But Monona Grove, I wouldn't doubt it. They've already turned 2 today. Both teams are going pretty fast on me. They must know Easter's tomorrow, and they both got at least an hour and a half drive home. So, Anselmo will get the second on the fielder's choice. So now coming up is Ben Johnston. Anselmo takes his lead over there at second, 1 down. Here's the pitch. That one's ripped to the left side, foul. Kimberly travels down in this area quite a bit for baseball. Typically, they took a trip to Burlington last year, I think to Menominee Falls even, to Oak Creek last year. Took a trip all over the state. Yeah. Speaking of Scott Holler, Elijah brought up Scott Holler, the head coach at Oak Creek. They play Kimberly on Friday at Sunset Park in Kimberly. So that'll be a good matchup up there. Oak Creek, only 1 loss on that young season over there. Yeah. And Zelmo takes the lead at second. That Johnston checks his swing. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That one's ripped to short, and he's going to double him up. And for the third straight inning, Monona Grove with a double play. Ripped to Connor. Connor just steps on second. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Still a 2-0 Monona Grove lead.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now. The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, bottom of the fourth inning. Monona Grove coming up to bat here, still with a 2-0 lead, the number 1 ranked Silver Eagles. They've shown a lot of good strides so far early on today. That pitch is in there for a strike. And let's just see here. Coyle at the plate now for Monona Grove to lead off the inning. Peterson still in the game for Kimberly, and that one's on the ground to Hermes. Hermes on to first in time. So one down here in the bottom of the fourth. Like Elijah said, we were talking between innings. We're cruising here. You know, you're never supposed to say this on air because you'll end up jinxing yourself. But I said it. But the way Wisconsin Lutheran's playing over there on the other side of the complex, we're going to have a lot of downtime right now. This continues this pace between games. Germantown will be all warmed up, and Wisconsin Lutheran will just be getting here. And Najek at the plate now. It takes outside ball 1. Here's the pitch inside. So 2-0 now on Najek. It'd be interesting to see one of these other teams put a run on here. So if Kimberly either scores or even Monona Grove extends their lead, just to see what would happen. We just haven't had runs scored since the first inning, so quickly 3-0 now on Najek. One down here in the inning. And that one's in there for a strike. Went right down the middle with the changeup. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 down. That one's in the air to center field. Tracking back on it is number 15. We don't got a name on him. And he makes the catch. Let's go to Kimberly's game changer and see who made that catch. The problem is, game changer doesn't look like it has a number 15 either. Okay. Let's head to Kimberly's game changer. I was just trying to get this to the name. That one's in the air to right. Halfman underneath it will make the catch. By the way, that was Meyer that made the catch in center field beforehand. So we'll head to the top of the 5th. Still a 2-0 Monona Grove lead.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Back here on Zaleski Sports, set to begin the top of the fifth inning. We're cruising by 45 minutes in. We're already in the fifth inning. The team that's playing after us, Wisconsin Lutheran, who's going to be on the network, they're only in the third inning on the other fields over there. So Wisconsin Lutheran, Elijah just told me, down 4-2 to McWanago. Swinging a miss, strike one, and we're underway here in the top of the fifth inning. Morale still in the game for Monona Grove. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Hermes the batter for Kimberly. And that one's ripped down the left field line, foul. Ryan McGinnis didn't even move. These high school coaches are probably so used to baseballs coming at them that they don't even freeze anymore. Here's the pitch, meanwhile, and he reaches outside, foul ball to the back of the screen, so quickly 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Hermes. Like I mentioned at the top of the inning, Germantown versus Wisconsin Lutheran, the next game on the network, same stadium, same place, 7:30. That one's foul to the back screen again. Moreo halfway through where he's supposed to be. So he can pitch 100, he's at 50. So exactly halfway through. That one's ripped back, foul again. Here's something we'll do. What would we do without a back screen and game changer? Here's the pitch from Moreo, and that one's popped up to the first base side. Who's going to call it? It'll be the second baseman, Najek, and there's one down here in the top of the fifth. That's actually smart. And I might use that with my team. Throw your hat off. That'll actually give them something to enjoy. Because, I'll tell you this, though, especially in the younger levels, it's so tough to get kids just to say they got it. Yeah, you got 4 kids going for the ball, and none of them yell they got it, and what happens? It falls right between them. That happens a lot. I've seen it happen in high school games, too. Like, even somebody says they got it, and it still drops. Benny Kiefer lays down a bunt. Wait a minute, that looked like that hit him at the same time as hitting the bat. It counts as a strike if it hits you. Here's a pitch to Kiefer, and he swings and misses, strike 2. So Kimberly, 4 hits on the day. They actually have more hits than Monona Grove, but still trail 2-0. That one's in the air to right. Coyle. Underneath it, he'll make the catch. So 2 down here in the top of the fifth. So already 2 outs in the top of the fifth. These innings are flying by. The first inning, I thought we were going to be in for a shootout. Now it just seems like Halfman now at the plate. Swings and misses, strike 1. Although last year we did that Pewaukee versus Wisconsin Lutheran game at the Lake Country Dockout Stadium. I think that game went under 2 hours too. That was really fast. Everybody was swinging at the first pitch. That one's followed the back screen again. So quickly, no balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and it hits him on 2 strikes, and Halfman will get on base to first. Not the thing you want to do if you're Moreo, hit a batter on 2 strikes. The worst time you could hit a batter. So Peterson will step up now, the new pitcher for Kimberly, and he rips that one to right, and it'll be caught. So Coyle makes the catch out there. 2 catches this inning. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Monona Grove, like usual, still up 2-0.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now. The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Back here at Franklin Field, home of the Milwaukee Milkmen for the Prep Baseball Showcase Invitational here in Franklin, Wisconsin. It's a 2-0 lead from Monona Grove. Matt Peck, Elijah Vincelata. Elijah Vincelata doing the commercials, camera. He's even running a McDonald's for me in between games. No, I'm kidding. Here's the first pitch to open up the inning. Follow the back screen, strike one. Yeah, after the second game, that's a good plan. So Larson up to bat now for Monona Grove. And that one's fouled. What I was doing before the game, I was kind of eating a slight dinner. My parents are cooking the Easter ham for tomorrow. We're hosting Easter at my house. About 20 people coming over, and you know what we did? I started eating the ham chunks because I'm like, I got to eat dinner on the way out. We all had fun in games. So quickly 0-2 now on Larson. And that one's outside, ball one. And we're both having Easter tomorrow, but yeah, we're both here calling a game. Yeah. Got to make money in this economy. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that one's ripped up the mid. No, it's going to be a play at second base by Kiefer. He bobbles it on the first. Safe. Nice way to stay with it for Kiefer. He nearly got the out still, but just didn't get it there in time. I always tell my kids, you always hear your baseball coaches tell your kids, if you bobble a ball, stay with it. Don't just give up and say, I can't make the play. Never know how fast that runner is. So Monona Grove's first runner reaches, let's say, via error. So McConnell now will come up. That is Carson McConnell. Yeah. And here's the pitch from Peterson in there for a strike. Monona Grove, 2 guys warming up in the bullpen down there. Bullpen you can't see on our camera, which is fine, but and he throws back to first, that beautiful lefty move that you can do to first base. And some trouble there on the throwback. Always bring the third baseman in, just in case. The ball gets away, you name it. So Larson takes his lead over there at first. McConnell steps back in. McConnell shows bunt. And he butts that one in the air, and it's dropped. Hermes makes the play. It's 2 down. Kind of a tough one. Hit a dive for that one. Just not able to come down with it. But it's a sign for McConnell if he wants to bunt again. Obviously, 2 strikes he probably will not, unless he absolutely knows he'll get it fair. But good sign. You got to keep the bunt on the ground, especially any other Monona Grove hitters. Hermes is still playing in, thinking that they might lay down the bunt. Here's the pitch to McConnell. Outside, ball 1. Just missed on the outside corner. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here. And swing and a miss, strike 3. Peterson gets the strikeout. And let's see where he's at. This is his first strikeout of the game. Yeah, his pitch count at 21. So now that we'll send up Morrell, the pitcher. So top of the order now for Monona Grove. I think this will be the 3rd time around. Let's point this out, though. And you guys are going to be like, really? The last 3 innings, Monona Grove has had a double play. The first two innings were on the ground like a normal double play. The last inning was a line drive to the shortstop, and it was able to get back to the base and tag it out. So there's 1 down here now, a double play situation. I should say that was Monona Grove in the field. Boy, did I mess that one up. That was Kimberly batting when that happened. Wow. So erase all that. Kimberly didn't do that. That was Monona Grove in the field. So 1 down now. Throws back to first. It gets away. Larson will head to second. That's a long backstop over there. Will he turn and head to third? Yes, they're going to tell him to come to third. And here's the throw over to third. And it's going to be cut off by the pitcher, Peterson. I should say by the first baseman, Deering. One of the guys came in and cut it off. Very smart play. That was Olsen, the shortstop, that actually cut it off. But obviously you want to get down to third, and it gets away over there. And before you know it, you have a pickoff that turns into the guy coming all the way home to score. So Kimberly, a killer, up to 3 errors on the day. And Larson gets all the way to third, and he's in A sac fly away from tying this game. I mean, giving a 3-0 lead. Moreo at the plate now. Here's the pitch, and that one's in the air. First base side, will it stay in? No, it will reach the Monona Grove bullpen. Monona Grove, 2 games against Wanakee coming up this week. Kimberly, I know I said this a couple innings ago, but when Kimberly comes up, we'll read their upcoming schedule as well. So Peterson sets up now. Runner on third is Larson. Here's the pitch from Peterson. That's high and away, ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike on Moreo, the pitcher. The pitcher 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch. Low in the dirt, 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitter's count now coming up for Moreo. And now we're kind of slow down a little bit. And, we're kind of telling them, hey, not a bad idea. So 3 balls, 1 strike, runner in third for Monona Grove. 1 down here in the inning. Here's Peterson's pitch. It's in the air, foul all the way up to the press box, right on top of us. And it's not like the Doc Hound Stadium where we had the window open and where the ball could come through. It almost did twice last week. A lot of runs being scored in that Wisco game. 5-4, they lead over McGuanago over there at the other fields. Top of the 4th over there, and we're in the bottom of the 5th. And they're going to either walk or drive over here. I'm not sure what they're going to do. And that one's outside, ball 4. So runners on the corners now for Monona Grove with 1 down. And the second hitter will come up now. Number 2 in the lineup, that will be Connor. And Ryan McGinnis kind of tell them to give them the shift, the lefty shift over there. So they'll shift towards the right field line a little bit more and play off the left field line. And therefore, center fielder will shift to right center. So Connor comes in. He rips that one foul to the back screen. The back screen's getting a lot of use today. That's true. Every game it seems like it's being used. So Moreo takes his lead over there at first. Larson at third. Runners on the corners, 1 down here. Here's the pitch, high and away, ball 1. Cannot get that one to fall. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down here on Connor at the plate. Here's the pitch. Runner goes to second, and they'll throw back to third. And Moreo steals second. So now the double play situation gone, and runners on second and third. Now 2 guys in scoring position for Monona Grove. It'd be huge here if Monona Grove could get that base hit and get that 4-0 lead, and there's a time called. Moreo takes his lead over there at second. Larson at third. Peterson sets up here. Connor 1 for 1 at the plate today. That one hits the outside corner. Strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. No, it's crazy. We almost saw Monona Grove this year on basketball for Zaleski Sports. They would have beat Mount Horeb. It would have been Tosa West versus Monona Grove possibly in that sectional final game. So they almost made their first appearance on Zaleski. But, why not make it in April? You talk to many people about this game, you'd say Monona Grove and Kimberly are playing in Milwaukee? That's nowhere near either team. Well, Prep Baseball Showcase, they chose the best venue in the state. I shouldn't say minor league stadium, but like the venues over there for the other games. That one's in the air, foul into the hop yard over there on the third base side. I've not sat there yet for a Milkman game. I heard you get unlimited. Stuff over there. Soda. Food and that yellow stuff. So am I. And we got another game to go. Moreo gets his lead over there at second. Peterson steps off. That's true. So So 2 balls, 2 strikes now once Connor Peterson sets up here. Here's the pitch from Peterson. And swing and a miss, strike 3. They'll roll down the first in time on the drop third. So 2 down now for Kimberly in the defense side. Ryan McGinnis kind of taking a little walk out there. I don't know if he's telling him a shift or, yeah, he is. He's not changing the pitcher. Frey will come up now. Verhaeg up the plate now. 1 for 2 today. 2 down here from Monona Grove in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. So quickly 0-1 now on Verhaeg. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here for Kimberly on defense. Monona Grove at the plate. That one's outside, ball 1. Good stop up back there by the catcher, Ellefson. So 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike coming back here. 2 outs. Peterson on the mound. Here's the pitch in the air, left field. It's going to be playable on the outside corner, and it falls foul. Johnston couldn't quite get there. And Hermes, the third baseman, kind of came out there as well. So Hermes and Johnston could be more damage. It could have been fair, and it would have been 4-0. So Peterson will take the mound again here. No ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Peterson up to 37 pitches. 2 runners on, second and third. 2 outs. Verhaeg at the plate. Here's the pitch. That one's in the air. Pop foul. Will it stay in? No, right off the fence. I should say off the net. And we'll continue again at 1 ball, 2 strikes. A lot of close calls down there. Germantown is arriving over there. They're going to be sitting there a while. Not because this game's taking forever, but their opponents over there. So the fun. I guarantee I'm going to predict this right. Germantown will be warming up, and they'll be done warming up, and then Wisco will arrive, and it'll be like, okay, now we got to get loose again. They'll probably wait. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Verhaeg, swing and a miss, strike 3. They'll throw it on to first as it's dropped third and get the out at first. So we'll head to the 6th now, as it has been 2-0 from Monona Grove. 6th inning coming up.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, top of the 6th inning, Kimberly coming to bat here. We'll talk about Kimberly's upcoming schedule here. After this, they will face at Fond du Lac versus Oshkosh West on Thursday, and they will host the Oak Creek Knights on Friday night. So a 3-game week for Kimberly coming up. We're waiting to see if this is the same pitcher because it was a little bit longer. It's actually Verhage in the pitch now. And Sawyer Deering, the Tennessee commit, will come up first for Kimberly. Tennessee, a pretty good baseball program. I think they won the national championship last year. South Milwaukee native Nate Snead on that team as well. So they're going to get another Wisconsin bat. That was in their first strike on Deering, 0-1 quickly. Here's the pitch taken high. Didn't quite sink down that time. 1 ball, 1 strike on Deering. Here's the pitch outside, ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike now on Deering. That one's on the ground, foul. Wow, what a pick by Ryan McGinnis, that Kimberly kid coach over there. I almost said Kimberly kid. Yeah. He's the athletic director. He's more than a kid over there. He's a head baseball coach and the athletic director. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Deering. Verhage, here's the pitch. And ball 3. Must have just missed there. Didn't quite slide in completely. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. And ball 4. Nearly hit Deering that time, and Deering works a walk. So now Connor Olson will come up to the plate now. No outs here. Deering on first base. It's probably a good chance for Kimberly to threaten here in the 6th. Probably their best opportunity. Runner on, no outs. Here's the pitch. Misses outside, ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch, inside, 2-0. Deering on first. That's taken low, 3-0 now. So Olson has worked it to 3-0 here now. No outs here in the top of the 6th. And if he can reach here, that'd be dangerous for Monona Grove. 3 and 4 hitters are due up next for Kimberly. That one falls in their first strike. Here's the pitch. Taken high, ball 4, and here we go. Kimberly now, first and second, no outs here. In the top of the 6th. And this will send up the 3rd hitter, number 3 hitter. That's going to be Anselmo, the starting pitcher earlier. And Monona Grove's going to come have a chat on the mound, and that's going to remind you for our time. Oh, we didn't get ad reads today, did we? All right, back here. First and second now for Kimberly. No outs. And Zelma will come up 1 for 2 today. This is probably Kimberly's chance right here to be able to do some damage. And Zelma shows bunt. It's a good one. Verhage fields it, throws it on to first in time, moves the runners over. Olsen and Deering move up 1 base, and it'll be 1 down now for the cleanup hitter. It'll be the cleanup hitter, Ellefson, the catcher. Brayden Ellefson will come up now. 1 for 2 today. He's got a chance. He's got 2 ducks in the pond out there, second and third. Now I'm sounding like a little kid. 1 down. Ellefson lays the one foul. So no balls, 1 strike now on Ellefson. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Good stop back there by Kaimski. Doesn't stop that. It's a 2-1 game, cut in half. Backstop is pretty far here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. One down now for Monona Grove on defense. Ellefson sets. And that's outside, strike 2. Just hits the outside corner. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Monona Grove can get out of this. That'd be quite impressive. You know, you got the cleanup hitter right now, Ellefson at the plate, but even the 5 hitter is not too bad. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down now for Monona Grove in the field. Coming up next for Kimberly will be Johnston. This will be Ben Johnston. Remove the T. He's the Bears coach. So second and third now. Johnston also 1 for 2. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Kimberly not quite out of it yet. A base hit here anywhere in the outfield could potentially score 2 runs and tie this up. No balls, 1 strike on Johnston. 2 down here. Here's the pitch. That one's on the ground to first, foul. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Second and third. Olsen and Deering. Here's the pitch. That one's ripped to left center. It's down, base hit. This is going to tie the ball game at 2-2. Johnston comes through, and Johnston going to try to stretch him to double, and he will. Deering, Olsen score. Kimberly has tied it at 2 here in the 6th. And that must feel good if you're the Papermakers dugout. It's been a struggle for the last couple innings, and they come through and tie this one up. And like I said, this was their opportunity, and they came through with it. So still 2 down. Johnston stretches into a double. So now Hermes will come up. Ball 1 outside. Johnston takes his lead over there at second. Here's the pitch, followed to the back screen. So Kimberly with the comeback this inning now. Get 2 runs on the last batter. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the pitch, in there for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here for Hermes at the plate. Here's the pitch from Verhage. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Different story this inning. Kimberly comes away with 2 from a double from Johnston. They tied up at 2-2. Monona Grove coming to bat here in the bottom of the 6th. More baseball coming your way after this on Zaleski Sports.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, bottom of the 6th inning here. Monona Grove up to bat now after allowing 2 runs to tie the game in the top of the 6th. So Monona Grove got to play on their hands a little bit now. So Bowler at the plate now for Monona Grove. And he's nearly hit by that pitch. It's quickly 2 balls, no strikes. So 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch from Peterson. Hits the outside corner, strike 1. Two balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Peterson, way outside, ball 3. Be interesting to see what happens here. Monona Grove can get a base runner on here in the bottom of 6th. Obviously, they just gave up the 2-run lead in the top of the inning, and they obviously probably like to get that lead back. See what they can do. And that's strike 2. Bowler ready to walk to first base. Strike hit the bottom of the zone. So it's quickly 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Bowler goes down swinging. He slams the bat. It's going to be 1 down. So now it'll be Coyle, the batter now. Here's a pitch from Peterson. Coyle up in the air, right side. Deering running out of room. It'll go foul. So Coyle steps back in here now, 0 for 2 today. Here's a pitch from Peterson on 0-1. That one's ripped down the line. Foul. Got some pretty good contact on that. Would have been not over the wall had it stayed fair. It would have been down on the left field line. Just kind of giving you an observation of where that ball was hit. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 down on Coyle now. So time is called briefly now. Back to no balls, 2 strikes. We resume play here. 1 down here in the bottom of 6th. Here's the pitch outside, ball 1. And that one's, he overthrows the pitcher there. Luckily for them, nobody was on base. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 down here. And that one outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Coyle steps back in here now, evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Peterson's delivery here And that one's off the end of the bat, foul. Peterson, since he's coming for relief, taking over for Anselmo, Peterson has had 3 innings complete, 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. Anselmo earlier 2 1/3, 3 hits and 2 runs allowed, 1 of them earned. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down now for Kimberly on defense here in the bottom of the 6th. We were promised a good baseball game between these two, and we've got it. We've got it so far today. So Najakt at the plate now. 2 down for Monona Grove. Ball 1 in the dirt. He's 0 for 2 today, by the way. A lot of these Monona Grove kind of reaching that part of the lineup that's 0 for 2, 0 for 1 part. Most of their hits came in the first inning via the top of the order. That scored their 2 runs. That one's lined to right, and it'll be caught by Halfman. We head to the 7th. Really good ball game here. Have hands 1 versus 4 in the state of Wisconsin per prep baseball. We'll be back after this 2-2 ball game between Kimberly and Monona Grove.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted local affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
At Fleet Farm, we're all about your everyday, but not just any old day. Here, every day's opening day. Every day's a school day. Every day's a monster day. And every day is too short. Whatever makes your day, Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, we begin the 7th inning here from Franklin Field, home of the Milwaukee Milkmen. Matt Peck, Elijah Vincelata here with you from the Prep Baseball Wisconsin Invitational here at the Rock Sports Complex in Franklin. 7th inning, Kimberly, number 1 versus number 4, tied at 2-2 here. Kimberly, game recap here. Monona Grove got 2 runs in the first, and then top of the 6th, Kimberly came in and scored. So Kimberly probably has the momentum right now. Verhage still on the mound for Monona Grove. It looks like he is. That's in there. Strike 2 now, so no balls, 2 strikes. So no balls, 2 strikes here in the top of the 7th on Kiefer. Kiefer takes outside, ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the 7th. Kiefer steps in here now, 0 for 1 today, and time is called by the umpire. So Kiefer steps back in here now, 1 ball, 2 strikes, and swing and foul back to the screen. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs on Kiefer. Kiefer swings and misses, strike 3. So 1 down here in the top of the 7th. So now Halfman will come out, 0 for 1 today. In there, strike 1. So Verhage kind of calming down after last inning. He gave up the 2 runs that tied the game last inning on a base hit to left center. And that one's in the air to the right side, foul into the Monona Grove bullpen. So no balls, 2 strikes now on Halfman. And that one's outside, ball 1. These two played in a varsity reserve game earlier over at the other fields at the Rock Sports Complex. They ended in a tie 1-1. So varsity reserve, Kimberly likes to play a lot of those. It's like where the backups play on just play against the other backups. So it's quickly 2 balls, 2 strikes. So it's not a JV game. So it's a lot of the guys on varsity that maybe don't play as much. It's kind of like a JV game. It seems like 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one's in the air, popped up to second base. Moreo makes the catch, 2 down. So 2 up, 2 down for Monona Grove on defense. So Peterson, the pitcher, will come up now. In there for strike 1 on the outside corner. Time is called by the umpire. Here's the pitch. Ball's high and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. And falls in low. 2 balls, 1 strike now. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Hits the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. So Verhage lining up here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Peterson at the plate. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 3. Nearly hit Peterson that time. The lights have turned on here at Franklin Field. Here's the pitch. Inside again. And ball 4. So Peterson reaches. And it's going to be a pinch runner for the pitcher, Peterson. So now at the plate is Sawyer Deering. 1 for 2 today. The Tennessee Volunteer commit. Probably the guy Ryan McGinnis wants to have up in this situation. Keep the inning going, and now a toss over to first base. Hank is back. He's the pinch runner for the pitcher. Strike 1 on Deering. Here's the pitch, low and away. Ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here on Sawyer Deering at the plate. Here's the pitch. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the next pitch in there, strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Verhage found himself in this position last time. And swing and a miss, strike 3 on the curveball. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. 2-2 game here. Monona Grove coming to bat here.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
Bottom of 7th inning here at Franklin Field. Number 1 versus number 4. That one's fouled to the back screen and out of play out of the stadium. So we're officially in the bottom of 7th now. Nobody scores here. We head to extras. That one's on the ground to short. On to first in time. Nice play that time by Olsen. And there's one down here in the bottom of the 7th. So Kinoweth will come up now. Here's the pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. Larson, sorry. Kinoweth grounded out there. Here's the pitch inside. No, it did not clip him. So 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Larson takes strike 2. It was not on the swing. It was on the called strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Larson. Ball 2 outside. Here's the pitch. That one's ripped foul. Once again to Loomis Road, otherwise known as Highway 36. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out on Larson. Larson fouls to the back screen. Looked like that was coming right up here. Yeah. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And low in the dirt, ball 3. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out on Larson. Be interesting to see if Monona Grove can get a base runner here. Here's Peterson's pitch. That one's in the air, center field. Meyer back on it, makes the catch. 2 down now in the bottom of 7th. So it looks to me to be a pinch hitter. McConnell. No, Schaller. Yep, you're right. Pinch hitter. So Noah Schaller will pinch hit now for McConnell. Schaller pops it up. Olsen underneath it makes the catch. And after all this, we are heading to extra innings between the number 1 team, the number 4 team in the state. 8th inning coming up between Kimberly and Monona Grove, 2-2.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcasts. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com. Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Back here on Zaleski Sports. 2-2 game here now in the top of the 8th inning. I still got Verhage on my end. But they might not have changed it. Olsen will be the batter for Kimberly. So let's see. Definitely looks like a different throwing motion. 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm going to go to... So Kimberly up to bat now. Yep, it's still Verhage. 1 ball, 1 strike, and hits the batter. So Olsen on board first here. So Anselmo will come up now, the starting pitcher for today. A bit earlier, though. It's actually only an hour and 40 minutes ago. Anselmo shows bunt. It'll go foul. That first one's always important to get down, because you get that one down. Now Monona Grove's playing it. They're ready for it. Najak on the grass. Bowler not quite on the grass. Third base corner's in. They will not show bunt this time. 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs here. Shows bunt. Back to first. Throwback not in time is bobbled. So 2 balls, 1 strike now on Anselmo. He shows bunt again. Now this time he'll get it down. Verhage will field it, throws it to first. Does he stand? No, he doesn't. He comes off the base. And that's going to be an error. No, he just came off the base there. Throw was a little bit wide, and now Kimberly in business here in the top of the 8th, and here comes the head coach of Monona Grove. I think he's going to question it. That is so that's head coach Kevin Connor. One thing we'll tip you on from PBR's website is a year ago, Monona Grove broke team batting average, scored hits, and home runs. Just a year ago, this team did. So now Ellefson will be up with no outs. And now he'll show bunt. And that one will go foul. So no balls, 1 strike now. Runners on second and first. Olsen and Anselmo on base. Shows bunt again. Strike 2, bunts right through it. Corner's playing in. Bowler came in on that one. He was ready for it. So no balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Ellefson at the plate. He rips that one to the first base side. It's bobbled! And Bowler will come up with it still, but he moves the runners over pretty much like a bunt. Olsen moves up to third, and Zelma moves up to second. And now there's 1 down here in the top of the 8th. So now Johnston will come up, who got the game-tying hit last time. And it was crazy enough to say this. It's the same situation as last time he was up. Runners on second and third. Johnston up 2 for 3. Johnston on the ground to second. Coming home. Throw to the plate. In time. Moreo comes home. 2 down here now in the top of the 8th. Smart play that time. So now Hermes will come up now with runners on the corners, 2 outs. Hermes in the air on the right side. And it will just go out of play on the bricks. I mean, that would have been even tough if he was over there to try to jump up and catch it. Coyle and Bowler were down there. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Johnson and Anselmo take their leads on first and third. That one's popped up in the air high in the infield. Najak coming in on it. And he'll make the catch. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Kimberly comes up empty after having 2 guys on, no outs. Monona Grove coming to bat, still 2-2 here in extra innings.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, bottom of the 8th inning coming up here. Moreo will come up first for Monona Grove. We're officially in extra innings here. Monona Grove's first at bat in extra innings, and that's a strike inside. Looks like to me Peterson's still on the mound. That one's ripped to center. Coming in to catch it is Meyer. So 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th. That will send up Connor now, 1 for 2 today. Connor pops that one up now. Olsen at shortstop calls for it. He makes the catch, 2 down now in the bottom of the 8th. One thing I noticed about Monona Grove, I'm sure you're noticing at home too, they're attacking right away. They're making contact, it's just that not going to the right spot. That's been the struggle for them. So now 2 outs here. Verhage will come up. The pitcher now for Monona Grove. Ball taken outside. Ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. 2 down here. Pitch is low in the dirt. 2-0 now. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. That one sinks in, strike 1. Here's the pitch to Verhage. He's on the ground to second. Kiefer on to first in time, and we play on. To the 9th inning we go here. Number 1 versus number 4. Kimberly and Monona Grove still at 2-2. More baseball coming your way on Zaleski Sports.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Back here on Zaleski Sports. 2-2 game. Top of the 9th. Here we are. Milkman Field in Franklin, Wisconsin. 2-2. Number 1 Monona Grove, number 1 in the latest rankings. Kimberly, number 4. So we're just right under. We're right under top of the top, and they're making no disappointment with that. That's for sure. Here's a pitch, strike 2. Speaking of that, now jacked into pitch for Monona Grove. So no balls, 2 strikes on Kiefer. And that one's outside, ball 1. Here's the pitch to Kiefer. Kiefer lines that one to right. And that one will be caught by Coyle. So Halfman will come up now for Kimberly. Outside, ball 1. In there, strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 down. That one's in the air. Foul territory. And we'll go out of play. Right off the Milkman dugout. Yeah, probably. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down. Now on Halfman. Here's the pitch. Low in the dirt, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. That one's on the ground to short. Connor goes on to first in time. So 2 down now in the top of the 9th. At this rate, yes. So now the pitcher comes up for Kimberly. Peterson. That one's low in the dirt, ball 1. That one misses again. 2 balls, no strikes. Up in there, strike 1. So hits the top of the corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the next pitch. Inside, 3 balls, 1 strike. You know, Elijah, this is our Easter present. Extra innings. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. That one's on the ground to first. It will stay fair. Bowler comes in on it, and we head to the bottom of the 9th. 2-2 game between number 1 and number 4, Monona Grove and Kimberly. More baseball coming your way after this on Zaleski Sports.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now. The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, 2-2 game here. We head to the bottom of the ninth inning here. Monona Grove coming up here, the number 1 ranked team in the state. Against number 4, Kimberly. That was in their first strike. These rankings are based on the latest Prep Baseball Report polls. They come out every Monday or Tuesday. That's who's also running this event here at the Rock Sports Complex this weekend. Too quickly, 2 strikes now on Bowler. Here's the pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. That one's in the air. Shortstop, Olson, out to it. He'll make the catch, 1 down. So now Coyle will come up now, 0 for 3 today. Coyle takes ball low. In there for strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out now. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Low in the dirt, 2 balls, 1 strike. Balls fall to the left side, so now 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. So 1 down here, Coyle at the plate. And that one's ripped right above us, foul. And I cannot imagine how many dents are up there. Between all the Milkman games, the UWM games that are play here. You name it. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, Coyle at the plate, 1 out. And it hits him. So he'll take first base. Not the thing you wanted to do if you're Kimberly right there. So Najak will come up now, 0 for 3. Here's a pitch. High and away, ball 1. Coyle at first. And the ball's low in the dirt, 2 balls, no strikes. You know, this is not the game both teams want to have this week. You know, both teams, I think, have had a relatively long week between all their conference games they played. I think both teams have played at least 2 games. I think 2, yeah. So you got a third game and you got extra innings in the third game as well. So 2 balls, no strikes on Najek, 1 out. That one just misses. 3 balls, no strikes. Still remains 1 down. And that's called strike. Hit the inside corner. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. You put a ball in the gap right here, either gap or over the outfielder's head, you could possibly win this game. And Peterson will go back to first on the pickoff. So still 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the pitch. That one's in the air. Left center. Tracking on it is Meyer. He'll go back and make the catch. What a run to get there, though. He had to track pretty long way for that one. So now 2 down. So 2 down now. Kind of wet at the plate now. Runner on first. Throws back to Coyle to try to pick him off. He gets back easily. Pitches outside. So we'll be at 1 ball, no strike. Here's the pitch. Does he hold up? No, he does not. So strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Luke Kinoweth, 0 for 2 today. 0 for 3. My mistake. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Throw back to first. Trying to pick off Coyle again. Peterson's been awfully worried about Coyle over there. I think there's been a count 3 or 4 pickoffs now. Kind of wet, steps back in. And that's good. Yep, they're going to call a balk. I kind of figured that because he flinched. So now Coyle will move in scoring position, and a base hit from Kinoweth could potentially win this game. Balk is costly in this situation. Keep in mind, there's still 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. I saw him flinch. I kind of knew that balk was going to be called. And notice Peterson's pitch count. If he continued to play on, he's at 87. And he wasn't even the starting pitcher. He came in the 2nd or 3rd, I think, after Almanza hurt his arm. That one's in the air, center field, tracking on it. Actually, the right fielder that time will make the catch. Halfman will make the catch, and guess what? We're heading to a double-digit inning, the 10th inning, 2-2 game. More baseball coming your way on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Back here on Zaleski Sports for the top of the 10th inning between number 1 ranked Monona Grove and number 4 Kimberly. The rankings lived up to the hype in this one. First pitch is outside, ball 1. I think same everything still out there from Monona Grove. That one's ripped to center field and a base hit by Sawyer Deering. Good way to start it off for Kimberly. Najak stays in the pitch for Monona Grove. Nothing like playing under the lights Saturday night. Kimberly and Monona Grove, they probably didn't expect to play under the lights, but they keep going, they will. So Connor Olson will come up now. Olson shows bunt, bunts right through it, strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike on Olson. Showing bunt again, corners come in. Ball outside, ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Olson shows bunt again. He pulls away. Monona Grove does have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen over there. Olson shows bunt. That one's on the ground. Najak will field it, throws on the first in time. So Deering moves into scoring position. He's a fast runner, so any base hit to the outfield, Kimberly could take the lead. So 1 down now, Deering at second. Anselmo steps in. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Anselmo takes strike 2 on the curveball. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out now. Two strikes, 1 out. Anselmo at the plate. Deering on second. Pitches outside, ball 1. Here's the pitch. That one's ripped to third, and it's bobbled. That's going to get to the outfield. McGinnis is going to put the stop sign up. Deering gets to third. And Anselmo gets to first. Wasn't sure if they were going to send him home. I didn't think they would. So Anselmo at first now. Deering at third. Ellefson will come up. 1 for 4. So Ellefson steps in now. Ellefson on the ground. Nice play over there by Najak. Goes on a second. On to first. Double play. Connor to Bowler, and we will head to the bottom of the 10th inning. 2-2 game. Number 4, number 1. What a play for Monona Grove to get out of it. More baseball coming your way on Zaleski Sports.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now. The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Bottom of the 10th inning coming up here. Monona Grove and Kimberly, 2-2. Number 4 ranked Kimberly and number 1 ranked Monona Grove. These are statewide rankings by Prep Baseball Wisconsin, who's actually the host of this event here at Milkman Stadium. But what a game we have on hands for the top five matchup in the state of Wisconsin. That one's in there, strike one. Drew Larson, the batter for Monona Grove, and Connor Olson in the pitch now for Kimberly. And that one's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch outside. Here's the next offering. Up high. 3 balls, 1 strike. We saw Kimberly last day, and they threatened, I think, with 2 base runners, no outs. They didn't score. Inning-ending double play turned by Monona Grove. I think they've had number 4 now on the day. Outside, ball 4, and the leadoff hitter has reached for Monona Grove. It's crazy. Both these teams in 2 different sectionals, both got pretty good records. They could meet at state this year. And you could pull up the Zaleski. You know how many Zaleski sports broadcasts we've done that have actually meted at state? We had Marquette Arrowhead in basketball last year. They met in the state championship. We were close this year. Division 1, I think we were close. So Larson reaches on first. Aaron Larson at first. Drew Larson. So Habelitz will take Colin Habelitz will be the pinch runner at first. McConnell up now. Shows bunt. He gets it down. And they will go to second. Not in time. Olson took that one to second. You know, he wanted to get the lead runner, and he didn't. That was a big risk that he took. And now, Monona Grove threatening here. First and second here in the bottom of the 10th. The starting pitcher, Morale, at the plate. Monona Grove's dugout on the fence. Calvin Morale at the plate now. Here's the pitch. He shows bunt now. That's on the ground. This time they'll go to first. On the first in time, Olsen to Deering. So now 1 down, second and third for Monona Grove. All they need is a sac fly. This will send up their second hole hitter, Connor. So Monona Grove playing the small ball game here in the bottom of the 10th inning, and they're going to intentionally walk him. So they're going to load the bases for Verhage, the number 3 hitter. This has been insane, to say the least. So now Verhage will come up 1 for 4 today, so he does have a hit. And Kimberly will play infield in. 2-2 ball game, 1 down here in the bottom of the 10th. Pitch is high and away, ball 1. And you can't walk him here. So you got to go at him. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 down. That one's line, base hit to left. Monona Grove will win it. And Tarek Verhage will win it for Monona Grove 3-2 in this top 5 matchup in the bottom of the 10th. What a game for both these teams. That will officially make Tarek Verhage our highlight house player of the game. Interview coming up after this on Zaleski Sports. 3-2, Monona Grove takes the win.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Ski Sports here with the victorious Monona coach. Just tell me about how you guys got it done, because I'm just telling you, this matchup, you got number 4 over there, and you guys are obviously number 1 right now early in the season, but just really good quality baseball today. Just tell me about how you guys got it done in the extra.
School baseball. I mean, that's a tough one for anybody to lose. Pitching was outstanding. Guys taking good approaches, and the defense was clean. I mean, that's great high school baseball. I mean, our guys just stuck to it, and we got one to go through, and they didn't.
Yeah, we were reading our YouTube comments. You talk about how tough of a conference you guys play in, so we don't cover you guys very often. Town, all those really good teams right now, but I know you guys got Wanakee this week coming up, and how's it going to take to stay rolling over there?
Get some momentum going, but our county baseball is very solid, and so yeah, we know every night we got to come out and battle, and that's kind of what we do.
Perfect. Thanks for your time. So now here with Eric Verhe. How's your last name?
Verhe.
You're the hero tonight in 10 innings. Home, but you guys get the guys to go home now. 3-2 win in extras. Just tell me how you guys did it. Tough. Up there, just tell me about. You guys are gonna stick together. You guys are.
We're just gonna carry this momentum over. We got Wanakee's always the team we want to beat in conference. Them too much, but they're always solid. So I'll take the win against them.
All right. So I'm sure you don't. Say your first and last name. I'm in the house. I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1. 2, 1.
Tarek Verhage, and I'm on the house.
Thank you. Great. Who gets the win? As soon as they take the field. Have a good evening.